This is lesson 1 on playing the violin or the fiddle for fun. Today we're going to learn some of the basic things about how to handle the violin, because to play a violin you have to be able to pick it up. So what I'm going to do this morning is just teach you one simple lesson, and you should go back and watch it again until you understand how to do this. And the title of this lesson is How to Handle Your Violin. Now, you may hear me say the word fiddle sometimes, and a fiddle and a violin, the same thing. But today, we're going to learn how to handle the fiddle. All right? So what we're going to do is we've got the violin in a case here. I'm going to turn it around and show you how to open it up and get the violin out. Now, the first thing that you should know is that it's really good for you to be sitting down. In fact, I would encourage you to always be sitting down when you're getting ready to play the violin. The violin is made out of wood. It doesn't have any nails or any metal holding it together. So if you're standing up and you put it somewhere you shouldn't, somebody may step on it, grab it, fall on it, sit on it. So the best thing to do is to sit down and go from there. Now, the first thing you should know, you always need to ask your helper. Your helper may be your mommy or your daddy or somebody else, but you need to tell your helper, I'm ready for some violin time or fiddle time, depending on what you want to call it. So here we go. You decide it's a good time for me to have fiddle time. So you go and tell your helper, and they'll get your violin out for you, and it should be in a case, just like this one is in a case right here. So you sit down. The best place to sit is a couch, because as you see here, I have lots of room on the couch. So you get it out, and this is a case very similar to what most people have. It's made out of cloth, and it's got some foam inside of it, and right here's the handle, and underneath the handle is a latch, and you squeeze the latch, and that opens it. But then you have to unzip it, all right? The zippers are here and here. Sometimes it has one, sometimes it has two. And then you unlatch it like so. Now, after you do that, you want to set it beside you on the couch like that. All right? And you want to open it up. Now, sometimes the last person who played it may put the blanket on. This is called the blanket. Maybe not. You take the blanket off and sit it behind it like that. All right, there's your violin. Now, the first thing that you want to do is you want to undo the safety belt. Now, I'm going to move it up here closer so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, this right here is the safety belt. It's a Velcro attachment like that. And what that does is that keeps your violin from falling out. All right, you don't want your violin to fall out. So I'm going to set it back down, and I'm going to undo the seat belt. Then I'm going to take my hand and hold the violin around the neck and pick it up and sit it on my lap, just like that. Now, inside the case may be something that looks like this. All right? We're not going to deal with that today. So just keep it in your case. Don't lose it. But put your violin on your lap like that. Now, you'll notice this one has something right here that my violin doesn't normally have. Yours has that, and that should stay in place. So once you got the violin sitting on your lap like that, then you reach over. Right here is a little spinner thing that's holding the violin in. You turn it like that. Let's see if I can get it up close for you. Just like that. That's how it normally is, and that's how you get it out. And you pick this up and take it out. All right, so let's put it down and do it the way you'll be doing it. All right, so sitting down, you want to turn the little piece and then take your bow out. All right, then with the bow right here on the end is a little thing that you turn to tighten the hair. This part right here is called the hair. The next lesson will have all these terms on it. All right. And once you get it tight enough that it bumps a little bit when you put your finger underneath it, like so, then it's ready to go. All right. Then the next thing you want to do is hold it by the neck and put it up on your shoulder like that. Now, if you've got one of these things on your violin, and you should, that's where you put your chin to hold it still, all right? And then with the other hand, you hold the violin bow down here on this end like so, and now you're ready to play. All right, that was a little preview. That's the first song that you will learn. You'll learn a little different version of it, but that's for you to learn. All right, we're almost done. Now what we're going to do, we're going to pretend that we had good 5 minutes of violin time, and you're a little bit tired of it now. So what we're going to do, the first thing that we're going to do is take the bow and turn this the other way. All right, this should get really loose here. All right, and then it goes underneath that right there. All right, and then turn the little knob. That holds it in place. Then you take the two hands, take it off your lap, and turn it around and put in here. Now, what do you think you do next? Actually, the next thing that you do is you put the seatbelt on. Then, after you put the seatbelt on, you want to gently close the top. You want to make sure nothing's hanging out, but gently close the top. And in this case, I'll put that on there. And then you want to reach around and pull the zippers. Now you can see I forgot to put the blanket back in there, but that's okay. There you go. So, what do you need to remember? You just need to remember that the violin's made out of wood, so you need to be very careful. Pretend that you're handling a kitten or a computer. You got to handle them carefully, because if you don't, then you could break them. And it's the same thing with the violin. You should tell your helper that you're ready to have violin time. You should sit down, preferably on the couch. You should lay the violin next to you, gently open it, take out the violin, then take out the bow, have your violin time, then put the violin back, put the bow back, hook the safety belt, don't forget, and then zip it up. And then you take it and hand it back to your helper, and they'll put it up for you. I hope you've enjoyed this time. Let's have a little song. Thank you for your time.